What's up YouTube? Coop, aka SB Coop, coming to you with some big leak information for Legends Arceus. We are just over a month away from this new game dropping, which is kind of insane to think about because BDSP, it just came out. So we get about 2.5 months of BDSP, and then Legends Arceus drops. And this game is going to be so much fun, you guys. Before we get into these leaks, I just want to remind everybody I will be streaming both BDSP and a bunch of Legends Arceus over on twitch.tv/SBCoop. So you can make sure you guys check me out over there. So with these brand new leaks for Legends Arceus, we got a ton of information coming from a new Riddler. The Riddler Q, I don't know how they pronounce it. They've had some very good information for Legends Arceus. Very reliable info, so we're not even saying this is just rumors. We're gonna call these leaks. This person clearly either is an insider, has an insider giving them information, so we have a lot of stuff coming from them. Shiny Pokemon are in Legends Arceus. That was something that myself and a few other people were questioning if they were going to be a part of this game. Riddler has said that shiny Pokemon are indeed in Legends Arceus, and they are overworld shiny Pokemon. There is no battle scene in these games. When you encounter a Pokemon, that's the battle right there. You're going to capture the Pokemon right away, so if there's a shiny Pokemon, you have to see it. There's no cutscene where it can turn shiny. So they are overworld shiny Pokemon, so if you find a shiny, you're going to see it with your eyes right in front of you, which is very exciting. We have not had that since Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I think it's a great thing to have, not having to run into a bunch of different Pokemon. You can just kind of explore the land. If you see a shiny, there it is. So very exciting news about that one. Next up, we have pretty much confirmed what all the new Pokemon in Legends Arceus are going to be. The Riddler put out some stuff to have people try and figure out what these new Pokemon were gonna be, and someone has figured it out. He said that someone has nailed it, and we have an image here showing what they're gonna be. So we have 7 new Pokemon, 7 completely new forms, and then 17 Hisuian forms. First we got Zorua and Zoroark, which are normal ghost types. We already knew about those. We have Hisuian Growlithe and Hisuian Arcanine, which are fire, rock. So a lot of people were thinking Hisuian Growlithe is gonna have a brand new evolution. It's just Hisuian Arcanine. We got Hisuian Braviary, which is psychic and flying, so we already knew that one as well. The starters are gonna have new final evolution forms. So there's gonna be a Hisuian Decidueye, grass, and fighting. Typhlosion, which is gonna be fire and ghost. And then we have Samurott, which is water and dark. Excited about all 3 of those actually. I'm very excited to see what those final forms are gonna look like. Then we have Sligo and Goodra getting new Hisuian forms, so not Goomy, just Sligo and Goodra, and they are Dragon Steel. We've got Avalugg, Ice and Rock. We have Quillfish getting Dark and Poison, so adding Dark to it. Sneasel, which is something that from those images everyone thought there's a Sneasel form. There is a Hisuian Sneasel form. It's gonna be Poison and fighting, so completely new typing, not any of the original typings there. Basculin gets a new Hisuian form, still just a water type. Voltorb and Electrode are getting a electric grass type, so electric grass, very interesting. Then last we have Lilligant getting a grass fighting type. So a lot of final evolution forms getting some new Hisuian forms, not the first starter forms, but some really cool stuff there. Again, very excited to see those evolutions for the starters. We have 7 brand new Pokemon coming to Legends Arceus. We've already seen 3 of them. We just got information on 6 new ones actually. So ones we've already seen, already know about Weirdeer, which is a normal psychic type. Cleaver, which is grass and rock, the new evolution for Scyther. We have Basculegion, which is water and ghost, which is the evolution of Basculin. There is a Hisuian evolution for Sneasel. The labeling for it makes it seem like it's gonna be the evolution of Hisuian Sneasel, so not from the regular Sneasel. If you find a regular Sneasel, it'll evolve into Weevil, but Hisuian Sneasel can evolve into a brand new evolution. We also have a Hisuian evolution for Quillfish, which makes me think this Basculegion probably evolves from the Hisuian Basculin. We also have a new evolution of Ursaring. I don't know if it's supposed to be Ursaring evolves into something else. They're saying it's gonna be Teddiursa evolving into a brand new evolution type. But it shows it as normal and ground. It's either Ursaring evolves into something or Teddiursa evolves into a new evolution. So it's a little confusing on that one. We also have brand new typings for Landorus, Thundurus, and Tornadus. All three of them are going to be fairy flying. And so we continue this weird trend of Gen 5 Pokemon getting new forms in this game. It seems strange because obviously Hisui is based off of Gen 4 and Sinnoh kind of stuff, but a lot of Gen 5 Pokemon are getting new stuff in this. People have been telling me that reason for that is it's Gen 4. Why would the Gen 4 Pokemon be different since we would have those new Gen 4 forms in Sinnoh and stuff? And I was like, I guess that makes sense, but very odd that they're focusing so much on Gen 5 forms. But those are all the new Pokemon we get. So again, 3 new typings, and I guess they're new Pokemon in general. They wouldn't be Landorus, Thundurus, and Tornadus for the legendaries. They're just based on the elements kind of thing. Maybe that's what they're trying to say. They're not Hisuian forms. So I guess they are brand new Pokemon, so we'll see exactly what that is. Really exciting stuff. Let me know which of those Pokemon you guys are the most excited for. Again, I'm still excited to see the Hisuian starter evolutions. I think that's gonna be really cool. And last, the information we got here from the Riddler is kind of talking about the gameplay of Legends Arceus. Now, I've been talking about this a lot over in my streams, kind of discussing how Legends Arceus is a brand new style of Pokemon game where they don't have to follow any of the mechanics of the older games. We might not have abilities. The battle styles are different. There's no battle scene. You just go straight into a battle. Your character can take damage and get knocked out. So many different aspects to this game where you don't have to really follow that normal Pokemon script that we've had for the past 25 years, which is very exciting. So he talks about the gameplay here, and I'll just read word for word what they say. Hardcore gameplay embodies reasonable resource allocation in Pokemon Legends Arceus. You should pay attention to berries, ores, and other Pokemon drops. You need to buy item slots when the game progresses, craft balls, and throw them effectively. Avoid senseless recollecting and make it a smooth app. This game has the longest gameplay time span in the mainline genre. Your final goal is catching Arceus. Wonder how many players will finish it, besides completing the Hisuian Pokédex if you don't want a shiny hunt in the single player adventure game. The reason that I emphatically mentioned grindy is that this thing turns from optional to compulsory, that you must grind to level up the dex level to unlock new areas and keep going with the story. Very single player style game. My feelings about Pokemon Legends Arceus: grinding, hardcore, fresh for some parts, like you need different action-wise strategies on different boss fights, but meanwhile, easy to get bored. Just my 2 cents, so don't take it too seriously. Gotta get one when it comes out. Someone asked a question, their answer was, action-wise, needs some practice. Boss battles have tricks, other parts are grindy. Single player game will always be easy if you keep grinding. So, he mentions a ton saying single player game, which when you look at like a Pokemon game, it's single player for the most part. Yes, there are parts where you can do trades with people, you're able to have help with stuff, getting foreign Pokemon to do Masuda method, that type of stuff, trading from other games, they level up quicker, that's how you complete your Pokédex, all that kind of stuff. So I guess other Pokemon games, you were able to have people help you. This seems like there's no help. This is very, you have to do everything. Obviously you can read on where you can find stuff, but nobody's gonna trade you anything. Nobody's gonna be able to help you get items or stuff like that. You gotta do it yourself. So a single player style game is how he describes this a lot. The other thing that he says a lot is how grindy this game is. So comparison I see with that is, obviously a lot of people keep saying this is Pokemon Breath of the Wild, and I mean it is. That's kind of how Breath of the Wild is. You can go and just beat the game in a couple minutes, and if you're very good at not getting hit and just like dodging attacks and stuff like that. But to get certain items, you're not going to just be able to get money and then go buy them. It sounds like you have to go searching for items. You have to complete battles, complete tasks, find stuff to craft all these different items, which will include different types of Pokeballs, potions, revives, using berries for stuff. So it's a lot of searching for things to create items, and it really is a different aspect of Pokemon, where usually Pokemon, you get to a point where all you have to do is just grind for money and then buy everything, and it's very simple. So it seems like a lot of this grinding for money aspect goes away, and you're more grinding for different items to craft the things you need to move further into the game. Another thing that he mentions, which is very interesting, his reaction to this, is the final goal of the game is you catch Arceus, which, not that surprising, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Arceus should be the final boss. This is not a surprise. But he says after that he wonders how many players will finish it. And again, I'm gonna go to Breath of the Wild to relate to this, because in Breath of the Wild, the final thing you do is you've battled Ganon, and that's the game. You've completed the game. And myself, when I played that game and I battled and defeated Ganon, it kind of felt like afterwards there wasn't much reason to keep playing the game, because I was like, all right, it's done. I did the thing I was supposed to do. Like, what's the point of me still playing, even though there's other tasks I could have done? So I feel like the reason he says that, everyone's gonna know what the final thing in the game is, and it's like, do you go and do that and then that's it for the game for you, or do you just try and do everything else first until there's nothing left to do except catch Arceus? That's what I think he means by that, because there's gonna be so many aspects to this game, all these different tasks. As we mentioned, completing the Pokédex requires lots of different things. Seeing a certain Pokemon perform certain move a certain amount of times, which could take you an entire day to figure that out. You need to find male and female forms. You need to find different natures, probably. I don't know. It's gonna be a lot of different aspects to completing this Pokédex. You could spend months doing that. You don't have to just finish the game and then like the usual post-game stuff where it's everyone just starts shiny hunting. So when he says he wonders how many people are gonna catch Arceus, I think that's like people are gonna be thinking in their heads, once I catch Arceus, like, what's the point? I don't need to play this anymore. I feel like a lot of people are not gonna go do that part till they feel like there's nothing left to do. He does mention shiny hunting in the game as well, so obviously you can do that after you catch Arceus, or you can do that before catching Arceus, so there is more stuff that you can do if you complete all the tasks. So shiny hunting will be another big part of this game. Going back to the grinding type thing with the Pokédex as well, he mentions that there is a point where like there's obviously the optional stuff. So I'm assuming early on there's gonna be like a bunch of different things you can do to level up your Pokédex, and you're gonna do them and it'll unlock a new area, and you're gonna just go straight. Some people go straight to the new area, or you might be like a completionist and you're like, no, I need to complete everything I possibly can before I go start the new Pokédex leveling up in the new area. And he actually mentions that even if you want to skip ahead to the once you unlock a new area, you're probably have to go back and complete more stuff to level up your dex, because it sounds like you really have to level up your Pokédex to unlock all the different areas, and that's going to be a very grinding type aspect. So as an example, maybe you have to go find a Shinx that knows Quick Attack, and you see it use the move Quick Attack 20 times, and you're like, no, I don't really want to do that. I'm going to skip that one. This game is probably going to make you have to do that to unlock new areas. So there are going to be some points where you can skip it for a little bit, but you're going to have to backtrack and eventually do a lot of these things that require seeing the exact same thing over and over and over and over. So if that's not your type of style of gameplay, you might need to rethink playing this game, to be quite honest. The grinding aspect is mentioned a few times, so keep that in mind. I want to touch up on one thing he mentions where he says it's easy to get bored with this game. I don't know if bored is the right word to use for this style of gameplay. You just have to remember, maybe that's for people who normally play Pokemon games. Pokemon games are usually very linear, where you know what you have to do. You do the same things, you beat the gyms, you make it to the Elite Four, that kind of stuff. A lot of people just skip out on completing the Pokédex. For shiny hunters, that's not that new for us, where we're trying to catch everything as we try and complete the game, and then we can get the shiny charm and then shiny hunt, that kind of stuff. So I guess for those that don't normally shiny hunt and are more about the battling type aspect to get further into the game, you're gonna have to focus more on completing the Pokédex and doing stuff that you're not normally used to doing, such as running into a bunch of the same Pokemon, hoping that it has certain aspects to level up your Pokédex. So if that's something you're not used to or something you're not into, I highly recommend watching some of Shiny Hunter's streams, myself included. You can kind of see how we go around with seeing the same thing over and over and over and over and not getting tired of it. So watch Shiny Hunter streams is what I would recommend, so you kind of get an idea of what you should expect and ways to make it a little bit better to handle, because for people that just like to fly through the game, this doesn't seem like the kind of game you're going to be able to do that in. And that about does it, guys, for all the information from the Riddler. Again, we got confirmation there are shiny Pokemon, and they are going to be overworld shiny Pokemon. Very excited about that aspect. We learned what all the new Hisuian and brand new Pokemon are going to be in this game. We also found out that Pokemon Legends Arceus is going to be a very grindy type game. A one-player, finding all the items, completing the Pokédex style game that will require many hours of playthrough. So with all that information, guys, my question to you is, are you still excited for Pokemon Legends Arceus? Has any of this information kind of turned you off from it, and maybe you're not going to buy it anymore? Or maybe you're a little bit more hesitant and you want to see some other people play it to see if it's a style of game you like, or you never really had any interest to begin with, and you're going to stick with BDSP. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys are planning to do. I, for one, will be playing a ton of Pokemon Legends Arceus. I cannot wait for this game. I've been excited since they announced it. All this news coming out, I'm still very excited for this game. Make sure you guys follow me over on twitch.tv/sbcoop because I'll be playing this game a bunch, including BDSP. We're doing a bunch of shiny hunting over there, so check us out. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next video. Peace.
Square.